Hello, everyone, and welcome to another live stream here on the channel for the Black Hood Crew. I am your host, BHCxDark. As always, name is there in the corner. And as always, you can follow along on YouTube and Facebook at the Black Hood Crew. Then follow along at my name directly on Twitch, Twitter, Steam, Provo, TikTok, Instagram. It is Tuesday, February 7th of 2023. And I'm on my way to work once again. It is a partly cloudy day. Some clouds darker than others, but doesn't really look like it might rain today. Maybe. Somebody pushed the button for the crosswalk. Oh well. Anyway, so on my way to work, yesterday could not have been busier, and people loaded with attitude more than anything else for no reason whatsoever. Light screen, let's go. Wake up. Yeah, like I said, super busy, people loaded with attitude for no reason whatsoever. It is what it is. I, on the other hand, kept it 100, kept going, got home. Today, hopefully, we will have a much better day compared to yesterday. I got food, good food, that I will be having for dinner later. Last time. And we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, much better day. But yeah, people with attitude, I don't understand why in God's name anybody would go to someone else whose help they need to then turn around and berate them. That's a perfect example. Patient came in, provided the paperwork. I informed them that it was going to be a long wait. We're extremely sick. And she snapped back with, what am I supposed to do with that information? See? Now, in my head, I was going to say, yeah, you're not wanted here. Leave. But, of course, I can't do that. So I responded with the next best thing, which was, I am merely giving you an expectation of how it's going to go today. And that's it. She shut her mouth and left. I wish I could say what I really wanted to say. Because people like that don't deserve help. Even if it's an emergency, they don't deserve help. Because people like that are not good people. And we need less bad people in the world. Now, for somebody with the particular condition that she had, you would figure she would at least look the part. She did not. The people with actual chest pain, which is what she claimed she had, don't give attitude. People with actual chest pain don't start talking on the phone and having full-blown conversations on the phone while in the waiting room of an emergency. People with actual chest pain are more concerned with getting themselves checked out. She couldn't care less. It's like she was there to basically waste our time. So yeah, I 100% agree and of the mind that people like that don't deserve to be helped, don't need to be helped. I would rather they just die in a gutter. Not needed. That attitude is not needed. You know who didn't give me attitude? Every other patient that I told them they would have a long life. Nobody else gave me attitude. They deserve help. Even if they were here for garbage reasons. Those people deserve help. But the one person that gave me attitude needs to go. At this point, it should be illegal to mistreat or just in general berate people who are employed to provide help, to assist you, or to serve you. It should be against the law to go to any establishment that has employees that perform a duty, and of these employees, you require them to do their duty for you. Left or right. I don't know. If you come to the emergency room, or you decide to go to a place of business like a restaurant, hotel, anywhere where you need to be served as part of the day-to-day operation, and you cop an attitude, berate the staff, or just in general mistreat those who are employed to provide you a service. If you do this, the business and the employee should have every right to not only have you removed from the premises, but slapped with charges. You should be put in handcuffs for the way you treat other people who are just trying to do their job. Any kind of job that requires a person to actually serve another human being in the course of their employment, in the course of their job responsibility, they should be protected under the law of people being absolute a-holes. Absolutely should be protected. Not just a hole, you have to wait for them to become physically, to have a physical altercation with them before you can have them arrested, or, say they are extremely aggressive but don't get physical, and all you can do is just remove them from the premises. Absolutely not. Green King is chiming in. Unfortunately, this Saturday I have to disappear again out of town. I have to go play dad to my kids again to help them out with something that unfortunately their mother cannot. So it falls on me to be the actually responsible parent. So that's what I got to do this Saturday, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm talking about harassment as it comes to employee versus the customer thing. And yeah, employees should be 100% protected under the law from people who are just nasty and harass people who are just trying to do their job, regardless of the industry. Now, if it just so happens that employee again, in whatever industry, is going out of their way to just be a terrible person to the client, we'll say client in this case, then yeah, by all means, the reverse should apply as well. But unfortunately, people who get paid to do a job don't normally go out of their way to do anything to jeopardize that job, to jeopardize their employment, their source of income. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but I'm just saying likelihood of one event happening over the other is much stacked. It's more stacked in the client being nasty toward the employee. Because again, the client has made the conscious choice to come to this establishment, whichever one it may be, and require the services of that establishment, which are provided through physical human employees. So if you, as a client, go to an establishment, learn how to drive. You're killing me right now. If you go to an establishment of which you require their services, and the establishment lays out what is expected in that establishment, and you cannot, for whatever reason, attempt to grasp that concept, don't come. All right, so Ring King checks in. I don't think that works for all places. For example, WWE or NBA, talking smack, booing, calling them names are fair game because they invite that culture to be. Exactly. I'm saying that there are industries that this would not apply because, again, the nature of the job, the nature of the employment almost invites this kind of attitude. But again, it's one thing to go to an NBA game or a wrestling match, whether it's local or somewhere else, it doesn't matter. You go to an event like this, a live event, and as part of the employment, whether you're a basketball player, a wrestler, or whatever, there is a certain expectation that there are going to be people that like you in the role that you play and those that do not. But again, at that point, it's expected. I'm talking about in a more professional sense. Like, we'll take the example of the NBA game, right? Let's say the Heat and Lakers are playing, right? But they're playing in Miami. So obviously, you're going to have Miami Heat fans are going to be talking smack about the Lakers while they're playing or even when they're not playing. The players, the folks that sit right behind them, who are fortunate enough to get those seats as close as they do, would most likely say certain things out loud within earshot of these players. But given the nature of the sport itself and how people conduct themselves in all manners of sports, that is expected to hear that kind of language spoken about you and your team. Part of their training, not only in order to play the game, but part of their training is also to shut out the negativity and do the job at hand. But let's say an NBA game, people are talking smack about the Lakers players. The players are trained to shut out the negativity. I'm talking about if you were berating, say, the person trying to pass you popcorn, the person trying to serve you a drink, or hell, even the cleaning. Those are the people I'm talking about. Those people are not trained and are not expected to have someone they don't know give them crap for doing their job. That's who I'm talking about. I'm talking about those people, not the professional players, not the professional actors or whatever. Which again, it falls onto Hollywood as well. There are actors that people like and people that don't like. So again, I'm not talking about people whose job responsibilities, the actual employment, their responsibilities as an employee, also encompasses the fact that they will hear or encounter people who will not like them for the role that they play. I'm talking about someone in a restaurant industry, hotel industry, someone who works in a hospital. A doctor is not expected to hear someone give them crap because they're doing their job. Neither are the nurses. Neither are the radiology technicians. Not even the cleaning crew deserves to be berated and harassed for trying to do their job to the best of their ability. Now, again, this comes down to your role as an employee. If you are crap at your job, the only person that should be able to give you the 1-4 is your employer, or at least your immediate supervisor or manager. At least to let you know in a constructive way, hey, you suck at your job. What can we do to make you better at your job? Stop being bad at it before something worse occurs. That should be the same across all industries, whether it's restaurant, hotel, hospitals, hell, even at a gas station. So again, I say there are certain roles, certain employment opportunities that invite you, and it's almost required to have to deal with people being negative to you. I'm talking about the people whose jobs are not. I, as a person in what I do, at no point in time am I required to just go backwards and take harassment. I require me to do that gets them to the next step towards being better. Giving me attitude and harassing me in my employment opportunity, you are not making it better for you. In fact, you're giving me more inclination to actually go out of my way, go above and beyond to do as less as humanly possible to help you. Now, who really benefits from that? Nobody. So ranking states, unfortunately, is past that, where in some cases it's allowed, like in social media or giving an offer review, but I agree you shouldn't be disrespectful to people who are serving you. Absolutely. And that's why there should be some sort of legal punishment. Now, of course, that comes with the territory if, let's say, you go to a place of business, like a restaurant. Let's say the waiter served you your food, you didn't like the food, the waiter is trying to accommodate you per their responsibilities at the job, but you don't want to hear it, and you proceed to not only harass them verbally, but you get physical. Yeah, by all means, you should get handcuffs placed on you and escorted out and thrown in jail, at least for a night. But I'm talking about, again, just sticking to the verbal harassment. At no point in time does a waiter expect to have somebody give them crap just because they're doing their job. there should be repercussions for that. Almost immediate repercussions. That whole the customer is always right mentality, regardless of the industry, needs to be done away with. A business should provide business. Serve the customer, serve the client. But once the client becomes somebody that is not worth serving, they should no longer be treated as a client. They should be treated as a trespasser immediately. I, for one, would do that in a heartbeat. If I ran a restaurant and someone gave my employee, whether it's the chef, the waiter, or the busboy or girl, the bus person, the moment I catch a whiff that one of my employees is being mistreated by a customer, whether they are already sitting down and eating or they've just sat down and have not ordered yet, whether they've already spent money or not, I'd be like, you need to get the hell out of here. They don't need to take that from you, and neither will I. Goodbye, you are not welcome here. Because again, that mentality doesn't help anyone. You have somebody trying to do their job. So why are you going to give them crap for trying to do their job? It's unfortunate, yes, but it's something that can be rectified by actually enforcing some sort of penalty on these people. Why do you think Karens are a thing? Or Ken being the male equivalent. Ken and Karen, they are so self-entitled that they think they can just get away with it because unfortunately they've been getting away with it. Well, no longer. It needs to stop. There should be a line drawn, not even in the sand. I'm talking about in concrete. A line drawn in concrete, carved into concrete in this case, that basically tells these people your attitude, your way of speaking to people who are just trying to do their job will not be tolerated in any instance. Not only will be forcibly removed, but if it gets to a point where it's overly ridiculous, it will no longer be welcome in that place of business. And that information should be spread around among local businesses. Names, photographs, even video evidence should be shared among local businesses. This person goes by this name, regularly mistreats staff, regularly parades staff, mistreats and harasses those trying to help them, and should not be served, should not be allowed in the place of in that establishment. Because again, those employees do not deserve nor have earned the ire that most people give them for just doing their job. The punishments really should be harsher for mistreating people who are just trying to do their job. That's really it. Because again, at the end of the day, those that work in the service industry or in an opportunity where they have to come into contact with people and the nature of their job puts them in a position to serve someone in some way, shape, or form, they should not be required to have to deal with people's attitudes. Because at that point, they will not be inclined to do what needs to be done for that potential client or customer, whatever you want to call them. Instead, if you cannot be trusted as a potential client or customer in a place of business to conduct yourself in a basic humanly manner, then that establishment should not serve you. It should just immediately go, goodbye. And again, if they refuse to leave, they are trespassed, and then the police get involved. Because again, it's not necessary. All right. So on that note, I've arrived at work. I have all my stuff ready to go, including this. Absolutely. So that way, the punishment spreads. It no longer becomes a one-time thing. Sunday, I actually work on Sunday. Unless it's in the morning, but even then, this coming Sunday, I'll actually be on the road coming back here. So we'll get together offline. You can definitely text me, and we'll hash it out when's the next time we can get together, and we have stuff to discuss. So until then, and for those of you, for everyone else, again, no stream tomorrow night. This Thursday, I'm available, actually. If you want to do it then. If not, I have other plans. But again, we'll get together offline, Repaint. Friday, again, if the people I play with are not up for Fortnite, we'll definitely be playing World War III. So tune in for that, 9 p.m. Friday night. Until then, to everyone out there, be safe, be smart, and be excellent to each other.